Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel as we round out the French factions here for our Blood and Plunder sort of mini previews and reviews. So today we're looking at the Flibustiers de Graff, which, as you might expect, is one of the named forces of the overall faction of the French here. Named in the sense that the typical commander here is going to be a special character or a named historical character. But let's jump in. Some pretty cool force special rules and some similarities to the previously reviewed Flibustiers now, but again, some core differences as well. So they both actually give you the once per game, ditch your hand, and discard all the activation cards, replace them, and you don't have to burn a fortune point. You get that, and they're both aggressive lists in the sense that you get a +3 to your determining the attacker in a scenario. But whereas the now list makes everybody ruthless, here you actually get, this is a typo, so all the units in the force gain expert artillery crew, which basically means if you activate with a spade or heart, you get a free reload, essentially, if you're accruing artillery. So taking a look here, and then some of the units are a little bit swapped as well. So from both forces, we get Flibustiers as core, of course, you might expect that. But then the rest is different. Here we get Buccaneers and Marins as core, whereas those were hiding as support in the other Flibustiers list. And then some of the things like Les Enfants Perdus and Engagés move from core to support here versus, again, the other list. But then we get access to Zeeliden as well, Enterplague, and then one other one here versus the other list. This one gives you access to Milice des Caraïbes, so the Caribbean militia, as support units as well. Now, we did mention, of course, Lawrence de Graff has to be the commander, so, and he's no slouch as well. Again, we'll have a whole separate review series on named characters that we'll have to wait a little bit. We're still working our way through just the faction reviews and army reviews here before we do any kind of other deep dives even. So, but anyway, if this is the commander, if this commander is the general of the force in an army scale game as well, then any French buccaneer commander must lead non-allied companies in this force. And then you have the other allied factions that you get access to here. So just the regular French buccaneer list, French Caribbean militia, and French Royal Navy. So in the larger games, you do actually have some more allied options versus the now list, which really can just take French buccaneers as, an allied faction. So some interesting similarities between the two, but again, some key differences as well. So the core, of course, pun intended here, is that we're essentially focusing a lot on Flibustiers, but we have access to some awesome units in both as core, and then rounding out with some, again, pretty fantastic units overall in the support option as well, although the de Graff list does give you, like I said, Caribbean militia, which not the greatest unit, but it's yet another choice that you can make as well, especially if you're just trying to maybe fill in some bodies and keep them cheap. Now, again, very aggressive. We get the expert artillery crew, not gun crew, which apparently, again, was a typo. We had to get that confirmed. And again, you get the hand dump mechanic, which we've seen a lot of the lists employ time and again. So anytime you don't have to burn a fortune point, of course, is a pretty solid deal. And again, usually we should probably be going first with some decent rolls as the attacker. Or I shouldn't say going first. We will be designated as the attacker in the scenario because of our bonus roll. So pardon that. And then again, expert artillery, should we be employing some of that. So there you have it. So rounding out the French, again, we'll save individual units and special characters and all that for a whole separate series. We've still got other mainline factions to work through. But we'll be on pause for a bit as we head up to Adepticon. But hope you enjoyed this quick little look here. Let us know in the comments if you run the Flibustiers de Graff list and or the now one, and which one you prefer. And what types of list building have you focused on for that as far as the units, size, and all that stuff, and any upgrades. Let us know in the comments, like and subscribe. And we'll have plenty more Blood and Plunder for you guys very, very soon. Thanks for watching.